Yes, sir. What's good, family? Coach Juju Beans here. And today in this video, I just want to be transparent with y'all, man. I want to be transparent with what my vision is, with what I'm working to do, why I've been building the brand, what my programs do, things of that nature. And, this isn't a sales pitch. It's nothing like that. All this video is going to be is me explaining my journey to this point, right? And for me, a lot of a lot of the a lot of the times when I'm approaching something, I know that I can get the best result. I know that I can be superior. I know I can do great things, but then there will be this little piece of me that will always just creep in my mind and be like, "Are you sure you can do this? Are you sure you're everything that you say you are? Why would somebody listen to you? Why wouldn't they go to this? Are you like it was seen in my basketball. It was seen in school where I knew I could do great things, but I would self sabotage. I would limit myself. And I knew the results I should be getting would be right here, and I would get the result right here. All because I would limit myself. And, you know, for a while, that was just the constant cycle that I was in, and I just thought that was how things were supposed to be. I thought, okay, I guess I'm not always supposed to get the best things. I guess, the best is for somebody else. But then another part of me was like, no, I know I can be special. I know I am special. I know I'm a chosen one. But how do I pull it out? How do I pull it out? And the simple answer is to just do it, right? And that's what I realized is the simple answer. It is almost paralyzing because we've been doing things for a certain way. We've been creating the way that we create for a certain way. We've been thinking the way we've been thinking for so long. We've been conditioned by school and oftentimes our parents and our circle that the best isn't for everybody. The best is some special circumstance, right? Which leads us to not wishing, but pushing the desired results that we want away. And for a while, that feeling, it controlled me. It controlled me with basketball, with school, with my friends, with working to get a girlfriend, things of that nature. I would settle for less. And then as I would have what I had, I would be even more frustrated because I knew I could create more. I knew I wanted more. I knew I should have more. Not from a greedy standpoint, but just from I know there's abundance out there. Why don't I deserve it? Why can't I have it? Right? So for me, I got to a certain breaking point when I was in college at Lewis and Clark. I got to my breaking point and I was like, look, I'm done settling for less. I'm done settling for less. I'm done being less than what I know I can be. And as soon as I set out on that journey, I wasn't perfect by any means. I wasn't perfect by any means, but where I was when I was waking up every single day frustrated, knowing that I was just gonna go through another day that wasn't good, that wasn't bad. It was just another day. I was just gonna pass some more time, and I was getting close. I knew I was gonna get closer to where I wanted to go, but I thought success had to be this super, super far out thing. I thought my ultimate version was super, super far down the line, which is true. But what I wasn't realizing is I can also be great in this second. Just because that's not my ultimate version, just because this isn't my end all be all, doesn't mean it's not adequate and great for what I'm doing right now. And that's the mindset that I had to adopt. That success isn't in the future, success isn't in the past, success can only be felt in the present moment, right? And the way that I built that, rewired my mind and started getting results that I wanted to see, and how I'm going to continue to get the results that I want to see, because by no means am I fully where I want to be, but I'm where I need to be. And how I got to the point where I am, where I broke out of my functional depression, where I stopped banking on somebody else to give me money, and I created my own business, and now I'm making money by myself, where I stopped being dependent on my parents, where I stopped doing all of these things that I knew were less than my potential, was less production than what I was able to produce, was by rewiring my thought process. Because your thoughts and your beliefs create your reality. And that's really what I had to understand. I watched countless YouTube. I watched countless how to improve your mindset videos. I watched all of those. And I did start to get results. But the thing was, for me, is I didn't feel like it was happening as fast as it should have. And the reason it wasn't was because I wasn't around other people that were looking to grow as fast as I was. I wasn't demanding myself to grow as fast as I wanted to. I wasn't allowing myself to grow as fast as I wanted to, because you have habits, right? We operate on 95% of unconsciousness. And unconsciousness means you don't even have to think about something you're thinking about something without even thinking about it, right? So if I know that I want to start believing in myself more, but 95% of my consciousness, 95% of my thinking ability has been conditioned to think less of myself, then it's going to be an uphill battle to truly start believing in myself. But what I realized is, by using that consciousness, by using that 5% of aware, focused consciousness, it's so much more powerful than that other 95% of that old conditioning, of those old beliefs, right? So the way that I improved my life, I improved my mindset, I started affirmations. All affirmations are, you're affirming things into your life. You're saying I am statements. The same way that you've been saying I am stupid, I can't do this, I da 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 da. Those are affirmations, but using positive affirmations. I am abundant. I am powerful. I am growing every day. Declaring things into your life over and over in a repetitious way, then it starts to be adopted as true. So that's one thing that I did. Affirmations. The second thing that I did, meditation. Meditation, something that I found along my journey, is that I had a fear to be alone. I didn't know I had a fear to be alone. But what I found out is I genuinely couldn't sit in a room without playing my Xbox, without being on my phone, without FaceTiming somebody, without texting somebody, without Snapchatting somebody. Without those things, I didn't feel adequate. And I found out I had a true fear to be alone. Right? And I was so dependent on other people that it was crippling me. Because if you're dependent on somebody else, then you're working around their agenda. You're working around their beliefs. You're working around their time slots. And that's where I was. I was feeling controlled. I was feeling controlled by external things. I didn't have true control over myself, over my mind, over my actions. When I said I was going to do something, I wouldn't do it because I didn't believe that I was actually going to do it. So that's what meditation helped me do. I was giving time back to myself. I was reprioritizing myself. Because a lot of the times, the first thing that we do when we wake up, a lot of people, I'm guilty of it to this day sometimes. The first thing that we'll do is check our phones. Check how somebody else's life is doing. Check if somebody else needs us. But we won't check on ourselves. Right? That's something that I struggled with. I was showing up for other people, but I wasn't showing up for myself. I was showing up for other people, but I wasn't showing up for myself. What does showing up for yourself look like? Checking in on yourself, on your mental, understanding when you need rest, understanding how to break a cycle when you're in a cycle. That's showing up for yourself. And the way that you get to that point is by becoming familiar with yourself. Having conversations with yourself. Asking yourself, what is your priorities? What are your beliefs? What are your fears? What are your goals? What is your vision? Right? We don't spend a lot of time on that because we're in a consumer society where we're consuming other people's visions, other people's ideas, other people's beliefs. But it's time to take back your power, your perspective, your priority. It's time that you become your number one priority. And it's not selfish, because once you improve who you are, then you can serve and do everything else that you're already doing at a higher level. It's simple. It really is. It's simple. And the third thing that I started doing, journaling. I started journaling. That is another form of meditation, getting familiar with yourself, asking myself the hard questions, asking myself, why are things how they are? Right? And another thing is improving my diet and my health, because you know the old saying, your health is your wealth. Your health is your wealth. Right? And by improving my health, I started getting more energy. And once I started getting more energy, I wasn't as foggy minded. When I wasn't foggy minded, I could think clearly. When I could think clearly, then I could manifest an idea into the physical. It wasn't just oh, that's a good idea. No, it was, let me act on my idea and let me bring it into the physical. That's what led me to writing my own book. That's what led me to starting my own business. That's what led me to making $10,000 in a month. Right? That's what helped me get to that point. That's what helped me get to that point. Right? And with all of those things that I just mentioned, what it all comes down to is consistency. It all comes down to consistency and showing up for yourself every single day. Every single day. I'm not saying that you need to be at this 100 every day. Maybe your 100's right here, but when you're familiar with where you are, what your production rates are, then you can be realistic about the results that you're getting. You can get realistic about the results that you can produce. So that's what I challenge you to. I challenge you to become more familiar with yourself. Right? And I'm not going to go into a hard sales pitch, none of that. All I'm going to do is present you an opportunity that might be right for you. It might be. It might be. It's called the Missing Piece Mastermind. Right? I created this mastermind, developing all of the information, putting all of the information in a nice box and a nice bow, so you don't have to go through the research process that I went through. So you don't have to build the framework like I had to build the framework. So you don't have to spend tens and thousands of dollars the same way that I did to get this information. Because with new information, you get new ideas. With new ideas, you have two options. You either act or you don't. And once you either act or once you don't act, then something happens. And let's talk about physics. With every action, there is an equal or opposite reaction. Right? So what are you creating in your life? What are you creating in your life? So you have an option to make. You either continue to do what you're doing and get the same results and continue to be frustrated and wake up in the same cycle, waking up not excited, waking up wasting your energy, waking up wasting your days, wasting your time, or you try something new. You gain new information. You start thinking different. You start acting different. You start being different so you can get different results. And I don't know if the missing piece is the right thing for you, but all I'm saying it's something different to try. It's something new for you to try. So the decision's yours. If you want to see if the opportunity is right for you, there's two ways to see it. Either hit the link somewhere on this video or in the description of this video, or text me the words missing piece to 480-571-7347. Right? Either text me or hit the link somewhere on this video or somewhere in the description. The choice is yours. Once you get new information, you get new ideas, and you have two options. You either act or you don't. Ask yourself, what are your actions creating for you? And what would you create if it was your choice? And the choice is yours. With all that being said, I'm grateful for your time. I appreciate your time, your energy, and your grind. And like my grandma said, man, keep going, keep growing. I love y'all. Peace.